This is the Lasko WindStorm. It's a large room pedestal fan. It's 18 inches across in the Elite Collection. Ooh, there's the item number and there is the model number, and the UPC is right there if you want to check it out. This thing has high velocity, an odd number, 1187 FPM, feet per minute. Now it's got auto mode, snap lock. It's got digital control right there, which I think is pretty cool. A remote is cool if you're feeling extra lazy. Powered by Duracell. Ooh, multifunction, requires one battery that comes with up to 52 inches. Once you make a mess of the box, ripping that open, you have these pieces. There we have the center. Could have sworn this thing said it was metal. This is indeed plastic, but I could be wrong in making things up. That is part of the grill. Another part, and then you have, of course, the stand with a pole rather. And then the actual powered unit itself. So I will get this all together, and we shall see how it works and what it looks like. I hope it looks like the box, and comes with a blue plug. This is not telescoping, meaning it does not go up and down on its own. You can't slide it up and down, but it does have these two pieces that you fit together. See if we can both out. There we go. Sorry for the weird angles. It's a kind of a tiny room here. I don't know why you would want this low, that have a fan basically like 2 feet up in the air, but it is possible you can do that. So it's cool that you're able to do that. And once it goes down in there and then you snap the other part on top of it, if you want, then you're left with the full-size deal. So you could put the tall on bottom or on the top, snap it together. If you're using both, it really doesn't matter. It's going to be the same height regardless. We've got the pole together. It's all snapped in. This part you want to snap in there and it shall stay. It doesn't stay the best, but it does not feel like it's going to topple over. One thing that I really like about this is the remote storage in the back. That's pretty cool. Now when you take it apart, it feels like you're going to snap the thing off. But here, let's get close. Snap back on. Yeah, that is not the most comforting of feelings or sounds. It feels like it's going to break. That is a weird feel. It's nice that it's got the storage, but it does not feel great putting that in there. It feels like really like you're going to snap it. The battery is inside it, and you just pull this little plastic tab out. We'll go over that in a sec. The assembly on the fan itself is really easy. You got the rear part, and it's labeled rear right there. So that goes in the back. Then you put the blades in, then the front, and then if you want to, you can then put the logo on the front. That is totally up to you. The rear will only fit on one way. It is notched right there, and there is the notch, so you pop that on. There you have it. It is on, and the fan has these little notches right here, which line up with those right there, and you just slide that thing on. There was no clicking noise when I popped it in. I expected there to be. I can't quite get the fan in there. And I couldn't do it with 3 hands because I don't have that. I have 2. But it is in there. Ever so slightly wobbly, but it's all plastic, so it's all good. Now let's get the front on. The front is not labeled as such. It is just labeled up. And as you would guess, that is the part that points up. When you're snapping the front to the rear, there are these little spots that you can see if the camera would focus. There we go. They slide right in there. So be sure to line those up all the way around. I noticed that these do not line up all the way around. Those notches that are in here, there's one, they don't line up all the way around. They don't actually go into them at all. The reason that it says up is so that you can put the logo on and have the logo stay. So that's, I guess they want their logo displayed, so it can be a conversation piece when people come over and it's 5 degrees cooler in the living room. There we have it. It is all together. Let's go over the features. It's got the power button, of course, and it's got 4 speeds. It's really not that blurry in person. Woo! That is quite the speed, actually. It's wobbling itself a little bit, but that's really blowing. That's blowing pretty good. A lot better than I thought it would be. We've got the auto setting. It adapts to the ambient air temperature of the room. Okie dokie, not sure what that means, but we've got a timer here. It says it can be set up to 12 hours. Each one of those is an hour. We've got the oscillator right there. And here, we've got the speeds adjusted. Turn that down. Some fans, the old-fashioned ones, when you have a higher speed setting, they will oscillate at different speeds. This one oscillates at the same speed no matter what you have the fan set to. So you could have it set to 1 all the way to 4 or what have you, and it will oscillate the same speed. That's nice, so it's not going to go back and forth faster when you set this fan speed higher. Let's check out the remote. That part pulls out here, and the battery you don't have to mess with unless you're going to change it later. So this is the remote, and it does have a little bit more settings than the fan itself. Granted, it's got the same settings, but it's more convenient to use on here, so you can up or down the speed and turn the timer up and down, oscillating on and off, same as auto and power. This has a light button. Press light, and it will turn down the brightness. And it's a lot less bright in person. My camera's really picking that up. It's not that fuzzy in person. I would give this thing a 9 out of 10. It feels a little chintzy, but it's not the most expensive thing in the world, but it really puts out. And I thought the remote was kind of dumb at first, honestly, but it actually would be handy across the room, or if you fall asleep and it's blowing in your face, you just want to turn the thing off, just go beep, and then you just go back to sleep. The one thing I don't like is the way that the remote snaps in the back. It's a little too breaky feeling for my taste. I feel like that would break over time, but it's cool that it does have that storage, so I'm gonna go with a 9 out of 10
wind speeds on this.